Hello everybody, I am back with some Arteza acrylic colors, and Arteza sent these to me and asked me to do a honest review. So this is not a paid video, although they did send me the products, and there is an affiliate link down below if you choose to purchase any of the products that I share or any products that you might want to try out. They are affordable, and I honestly really enjoyed playing with these colors. I do have to educate myself a little bit on mixing the colors just because I do want a few different other colors that this set does not have. But as far as the consistency and everything, I'll get into more of that in a minute, but they are wonderful. And as you could see, there's a wide range of colors. And there's actually some metallic colors in here as well, which I was actually really happy to see because I love adding the highlights. And in this video, the project that I will be making does that. I do a little bit of gold and silver on my project. Okay, so I took out some of the Arteza watercolor paper that they had sent me. I know these aren't watercolors, but I just wanted to kind of play around and see the consistency and how well they spread and the colors. Just wanted to get a feel of how they look on the paper. And so I just kind of played around a little bit. I'm not sharing everything that I was doing, just little bits here and there, just so you guys can see and have an idea of how they look. So I added a little bit to this little sponge here, and I'm just kind of sponging it on the paper. And obviously, because they're acrylic, they dry very fast, and it wasn't mixing how I wanted it to. But again, I'm just playing around with the colors just to get a feel of what I can do with them, what I like, what I'm going to like doing with them, and so now I'm taking a little brayer. I want to get a larger brayer eventually, but I just honestly I always forget. But I really enjoyed using the brayer with the with these acrylic paints. It worked really well, and I think for art journaling, this technique would be really cool. So I decided to put the paint on the paper itself. So I did a little bit of white and a little bit of pink, and then I went into a light purple and then a darker purple. And this way it kind of helped it mix in a little bit better because I was going over top of it. All right, so now here is my main project. So I'm not sharing how I created the project. It's just in a mini album, a chipboard mini album. I just glued a bunch of random things on, painted it with some black gesso, and now I'm going in with some of the acrylic paint. And I'm wanting to do like a pinkish purple background, and then I'm going to do some highlighting, and then I will actually paint it black with the black acrylic paint, and then show you guys that you don't have to have black gesso to do this kind of project. I get asked that all the time. And you could definitely use acrylic paint. So I'm going to show that in a minute, but I'm just going in with the pink and purple, and I do have the colors on the side here, and I'm just using just a regular paintbrush to do this. And I'm kind of dry brushing it on, and what that means is I just put a little bit of the paint on my brush, kind of wipe a lot of it off, and just lightly go over what I want the color on, and then eventually I'll go in a little bit heavier with the color, but for right now I'm just doing a little bit of color. So here is the silver, and then I was really heavy-handed there, so I'm kind of rubbing a little bit of it off. And with acrylic paints, you definitely have to work fast because they do dry very quickly. So as you could see, I'm just going in and kind of highlighting a lot of that texture and all of those intricate designs on those, all of the embellishments that I added to the page here. And it's honestly just random stuff. There's some computer parts, there's metal pieces, there's buttons, there's just stuff that I had in a random little tin that I keep. So I'm just going to continue to do this. And I really like how this looks with just the acrylic paints. Normally I use Art Alchemy wax to do this type of project, but I really enjoyed the matte finish because they aren't shiny except the silver and the gold that I add. But the colors themselves are not shiny, which I really enjoy. I don't like a lot of shimmer and glitter on most of my projects, so I really like the acrylic paints. So I'm going back in with some more purple and just kind of adding a little bit more color to this project. I'm just going to try to go and do one voiceover for this, and I know I'm kind of rambling on and not talking about much, but this is kind of a cool way just to do something if you only have a few minutes. Just kind of glue some stuff down, add some black paint or gesso, and just kind of highlight those areas. I think it looks really, really cool. Just different kind of project. All right, so I'm going in now with the black acrylic paint, just basically going over everything like I would if I was adding the gesso. And then I'm only doing this so that I could show you guys that you can use black acrylic paint to do this type of project and just paint in general. I know a lot of people ask when I do the Art Alchemy wax videos if you can use acrylic paint, and the answer is yes. So I'm showing you here. So after all of that is covered with black, I'm going to go back in with the pink and purples, and just basically start all over just to show you guys that you can use the acrylic paint to do this. All right, so while I am continuing to paint and I don't really have any more explanation, I'm just going to say that I tend not to use a lot of acrylic paints only because they do dry a lot or a lot faster than like I tend to use more watercolors than acrylic paints, but I do like to have acrylic paints to paint like wood veneers and backgrounds for art journaling and things like that. So, and this set has 60 colors, and like I said, it has a couple of metallic paints, which is awesome, and you could probably mix those in and get kind of like a shimmery something else with the silver and like purple or something. Again, I definitely have to educate myself with the mixing colors and how to get the perfect color, because sometimes I tend to make a muddy mess. So now I'm going in with the silver, and again, I love how this looks, just the black in the background and then some color, and then just highlighting all of that cool texture and just the different elements from the embellishments on the page. And I think I probably thought I added a little bit too much, so I'm going back in with a darker color. This is a purple, and all of the links will be down below, so be sure to check it out. And I believe there is a sale so over on Arteza, so be sure to check it out if you're wanting to pick any of these products up. Oh, I think at this point I wanted to do gold, so I'm going over with the purple, and then I'm going to do gold. At this point, again, I'm just kind of playing around with them to see how I like them, and just kind of giving you guys an idea. And this is something that I would use them for, so that's why I'm doing this type of project. I took a long time in doing a video only because I went back and forth. Did I want to do an art journal page? I knew I couldn't paint anything. I'm not artistic in that way. I can't paint like a beautiful sunset or anything like that. So I definitely wanted to come up with something that is me, and this is definitely me. So I thought I was going in with the gold, but I guess not at this point. I think after this in just a second. So I'm adding the silver, and I like doing this with the heat tool so that it makes the paint a little bit tacky and it dries a little bit faster. All right, so here is the gold, which is a gorgeous gold. And I'm just going in and highlighting again all of those textures and the different intricate designs on all of the embellishments. And I know this video is a little bit long-winded. I didn't really want to add any music to it, although it probably wouldn't have hurt because I felt like I was rambling a bit. But I really do love these acrylic paints, and I'm so grateful that Arteza sent them to me to try out. And I will give you always my honest opinion on things and tell you, you know, if there's any cons that I see or anything. But for me, how I would use them, I love them. And because you get 60 colors, it is definitely an awesome deal. You get so many different color options, and the consistency is not like thin like craft paint, but I don't think it's super thick either. Like if you've tried the impasto paints from Prima, it's a little bit thinner than that. So that maybe hopefully gives you an idea of the consistency. And the coverage is great. You don't have to really use a whole lot. And that is going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I hope you guys subscribe. And I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.